Hi there, everybody. This is Mark Bromley, artist and author of the Yoranthium book series, and today I have for you a 2000s painting, early 2000, of the turn of the century painting of scenery from Yokosuka, Japan. The cherry blossoms trees, the Sakura no trees. Sakuraki? Is that what it is? Anyways, the trees of cherry blossoms in Yokosuka Naval Base in Japan. This is like a old forgotten park. It just sits there on the side across from the NEX, out there by the pier, by the bayside. And it's been going alterations. They've changed the walkway, but this is probably part of the old base and what it used to look like. Nobody actually uses it anymore. Nobody actually walks down it. It's all just gravel and chit-filled, C-H-I-T, chit filled sidewalk that's still in pretty nice condition, and it's roped off with its pylons being roped off. And it was at a later date that I added the three people in the picture there, and that's me, my wife Kamiko, and my son George. And the wonderful thing about this artwork is that even though the city of North Korea, North Glen here in Colorado, USA, the Korea of the USA, keeps berating and degrading my artwork and saying that it's finger painting. Well, this was done in the Navy. I didn't have much time. I didn't have much resources. So, yeah, I just had to do this. I just did what I could with it. And then I altered it a little bit later with the three figures in the middle. And, this is art. This is actually art. If this was Marc Chagall, if this was Edvard Munch or Vincent van Gogh, this would have been the Impressionism. Very similar, very much like their work. Yeah, this is master quality work. Impressionistic at best. At its best, it is awesome. It is a fantastic piece of work. And you know what? I shouldn't probably let a bunch of imbeciles elected to city council here in North Korea, Colorado, North Glen, Colorado, uh, get under my skin and stuff like that and bother me so much with their fake news and false news articles they've put in the Colorado Politics by Marianne Goodland and Jane Reuters, her recent defamatory article that she wrote over in the North Glen Thornton Sentinel newspaper of community, Colorado community, CCP, kind of Nazi, communist, socialist newspapers that they make in the state of Colorado these days. I don't really care about that fake and false news. As a matter of fact, that's what the Democrats pay for. That's how they use their money. That's how Soros spends his money through his Emerge group here in Colorado to create false news and hateful news about anybody that they want. But I'm an artist. I've been an artist here since I was 2 years old. I started realizing I was being oppressed when I was 4 years old. And yeah, that was the political nemesis, 140 years of politics here in the state of Colorado. And that's how they treat children growing up in grade schools. And then they create false news articles. And yeah, I'm one of those artists. I'm a really good artist. I mean, if this was, like I said, Marc Chagall, Edvard Munch, uh, even Vincent van Gogh. I was going to throw like El Greco, Domenico Theotokopoulos in there, but no, Domenico Theotokopoulos is more of a Renaissance artist, so I can't include him at all. And I'm just going to have to put that off to the side there. Um, I got some sketches of his works too, like the Madonna and stuff. I was mostly impressed with his praying for God and how he folded over his fingers in those pictures. They were really fantastic. And so that's something just to tell you about. I saw that over in the Denver Art Theater. Well, I'm a Denver artist. I'm a living artist. And this is basically a impressionistic piece of a real place in Yokosuka, Japan that you could go to and you could actually, if they still have it around, you could walk down this thing because it looked a little dilapidated that they stopped using this a long time ago. But it was still a park back then, and some green grass and some cherry blossom trees, and it's a very beautiful place. And I got a nice little made a little picture of it, and I added my own little family into it later on. and it was a pretty great piece. So it's a good piece. If you like my artwork and you want me to do a consignment, do an art show, get a hold of me. Give me a little ringy ding. Uh, Send me an email. Go to my website. Buy my book, Yoranthium. Just help me out financially and stuff like that, because you know what? I'm going to probably have to get into a legal battle with the city of Northland here, the city of North Korea, Colorado, because the oppression and the tyranny that they've been imposing for over 50 years against me has been debilitating. It had been crippling. You've seen what happened to George Floyd. It's the same thing the Democrats are doing here in Colorado to me. They've become my chauvin. And I'm showing this artwork because, when I was campaigning against these monsters on city council, yeah, they started attacking berating and degrading my artwork because I went to art college over at Western University in Gunnison, Colorado. And, my art teachers are really good artists in the state of Colorado. One of my history professors is Dwayne Vandenbush. He's really good with Colorado history. And if you ever known, he's somewhat famous, somewhat of a rock star, I guess, if you want to put it to that level. And these are my teachers, my instructors in the arts, philosophy. I even took an honors course in Gothic literature, which was actually called Dracula. And but we learned Anne Rice and a few other things from there. Uh, Mary Shelley, Frankenstein, things like that. And I have good grades in chemistry and other sciences and sociology. And I worked in with the theater, television company there, and the KWSB radio station. And yeah, KWSB, that's what they called the TV station and the radio station because it's all in Taylor Hall. But anyways, yeah, that's all communications and stuff. But yeah, I get these attacks from false media, false news, and fake news because they just want to. Wow, I don't know why the Democrats are so messed up. Why are they so broken? Could any of you guys tell me that? Why are they so broken? So far left, so cult-like, so hateful. And I'm an artist, a really good one. You can see that. So, anyways, help me out. I got some lawsuits. I need some money. So, basically, fund my artwork and help me out here so I can keep running for office and try to oppose this tyranny of evil atrocity that's actually being perpetrated by some terrible monsters in politics. And all I am is just an artist. I'm just tired of the nonsense. I'm tired of the persecution and the discrimination, the drag on my economy. I don't like poverty any more than George Floyd liked poverty, and I use George Floyd to explain myself because, identifying, telling people how to identify you with what you want them to perceive your image as is important, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's very important that you guys actually try to tell people it's not about race. It's about conditions of economy, poverty in the United States, the inequality that people face. Anyways, George Floyd was a good man. He has a wife and a child. He was a good man. He may have done things that became a little bit criminal later on because he had to deal with the fact that he was not living up to what the world perceived him to be, and that probably hurt him a lot. But, I bet you inside, because the way his wife talks about him, his child talks about him, he was a guy with a heart of gold. Don't let people fool you about that, because I haven't heard about him doing anything really terrible or anything like that. I haven't heard any of that. So, yeah. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we know that this happens, and police oppression is used by terrible people on city council, and I ran into them. I ran into them. And you know what? There was this incident when I was only 12 years old where one of the Northland police officers picked me up, threw me across my front yard because he didn't think I came out on the front porch far enough. I was only an arm's reach away from him. I was obviously outside, but then he threw me around like a, just tiny little rag doll. And because I was only 12 at the time, and that was child abuse. They put medals on that guy's chest, and I found the council member that was behind all that bullshit. And you know what? They told me, get over it. I'm sorry, abuse, nobody gets over abuse. Nobody gets over neglect by the police. Nobody gets over that. It sticks with people forever. And stupid council members, like the one I spoke to in Ward 3 over this issue, she should have never been on city council in the first place. Never. Not even once. But that's what happens on the city council. I figure half the council is bad, the other half is good, and they're at conflict constantly. And that's why I'm running, because I wanted to fix all that, and it's still not fixed because I found out there's this art organization in the United States that this one of my nemesises goes to, and pretty much they dug in on her, and she was upset about that because she knows that she's a bully, she knows she's a tyrant, she knows that she's intolerant, and she knows that she's a racist, and she knows who I'm talking about. And they called her out on that, and she got upset because she got called out on her hypocrisy because I consider myself like George Floyd, and I am. I might be actually pretty clean on my background. I have an SAF 85P, worked for the federal government. But if George Floyd been given a chance to serve in the military, he could have. He could have served with Homeland Security. Not that they always get the best people. They get a lot of whatever applies there because good people won't work there because they don't like to be abused or mistreated in those workplaces. So they have to take who they get. And that's he could have got a good job there too. Well, anyways, I'm Mark Bromley. This is my art of Yokosuka, of a happier time, where I even substituted my own family in there, just put them in there. And this is Yokosuka military base. It was a beautiful time of the year. It was the cherry blossom season, and I think I captured it just beautifully, just nicely, and just wonderful in an impressionistic style. And if you like my work, go to my website, get my book, and go ahead, help me out. I need the help, and thanks. You all have a great day.